Hey everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode in my Scratch Basics series. Today, I will be going over the third and final tab in Scratch, the Sound tab. This tab will allow you to edit sounds, upload sounds, record sounds, and a lot more. Sounds are a great way to make your game feel way more professional, and dare I say even more polished. Don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing, and also leave a comment down below. I love reading through your comments. To get to the sound tab, you're going to need a sprite or a backdrop. So go ahead and click paint sprite. So now we have a blank sprite, and all you need to do is click on the sound tab. And this pop here will be the default sound when you create a brand new sprite. All of this section down here is exactly the same as the costume page. So if you watched my last episode and understand that, this should be a lot easier. So over here is where all of your sounds will go. When you right click, you can duplicate. So now we have a bunch more sounds. You can export them, which makes them into WAV files, which are just files you can listen to, and you can also delete them, along with reorganizing them here. And this button in the bottom left allows you to make a new sound. So you can choose a sound. So you can go through the whole entire library of all these different sounds. For instance, if I go to effects, there's this magic spell sound, and I can go ahead and click on that and it will import it into my sound library. Then we have record. You can see that it's picking up my voice because I'm recording my video now, but if I click record, blah, 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 you can see I can click this to play it back, click record, blah, 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 blah. I can trim it here, so say if I didn't want that in the beginning, blah, 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 blah. Or I can click re-record if I didn't like that recording. Now if I go ahead and click save, this is a sound in here. Next is surprise, which is the same as costumes and sprite. It just imports a random sound. It gave us a duck. And last but not least, there's upload a sound. Just like the costumes, it'll open up your file explorer and you can upload a sound file. Now for Scratch, you're going to need to upload a .wav or a .mp3. So here's a WAV file in my downloads folder. If I click that and click open, now there is that sound in here. Okay, so now that you know how to kind of get sounds, how do you actually edit and play them and listen to them? First of all, this is the name, same as the costumes, so I can name this anything I want. And then the main button right here is this big blue button. This is the play button. If I click this, it will play back the sound. Now a huge feature you want to get used to is if you click and drag, you can select chunk of your sound. Now, this will allow you to do certain actions like copy and paste and delete and all of this, because as you can see, when it's not selected, they're grayed out. You can apply all these effects without selecting, but it's just going to do it for the whole entire sound. Versus if you were to make a selection and then click one of these, it's only going to do it for that selection. And once you make a selection, you can use these corner pieces to move the selection around. Okay, so now that you understand that, let's go ahead and start using these tools down here. So the very first one is faster. So listen to the speed of this now. Okay, now if I click faster, you can hear it slightly faster. And then there is slower. So if I click slower, you can hear it's getting slower. Wow. Now do keep in mind, by changing the speed, you will affect the pitch. As you heard, it got higher the faster it went and lower the slower it went. Now we have louder, so you can make it louder. That's getting really loud, or you can make it softer, which is just quieter. And then the next button is mute, and that mutes it. Then there's fade in, which makes the whole sound fade in, and then fade out, which makes it fade out. Then there's reverse, which reverses the whole sound. Then there's robot, which kind of pixelates the sound. Now here's a good example of why you would want to use the selection tool. Say if I wanted to make this little section right here fade in, I do fade in, you can hear it basically mutes the whole sound. But if I were to make this little selection and select fade in, you can see that now it is making it fade in right there, and it's not affecting the rest. Okay, so now that you know that, let's go ahead and start going over the tools up here. Here is where you can undo things. I can also do this redo, which redoes that last action. Then there's copy and paste, so I can click copy, go to a different sound, for instance this pop 2, select this right here, and now click paste, and now you can hear that plays the pop and then that sound. Copy to new copies whatever you have selected to a brand new sound. So if I click this, there you go, there's a new sound that's exactly the same. Say I were to select this piece right here and click copy to new, now it's only that little piece. And last but not least, we have delete. So say we think this is too long and we want this piece gone. All we need to do is select it and click delete, and now it trims that off. Now another really useful feature is if you select a piece, you can actually just click play and it'll just play that piece. So those are the main features of this. Now Scratch has an amazing library. By clicking this choose a sound, and you can go ahead and look through all of these nice sounds. There's tons of good ones, but if you want your own, that is where the upload sound comes in. Now last time I just did a little sound effect, but keep in mind you can go download some music as an MP3 and then upload it to Scratch. So that's how you see like a lot of projects with music in the background. That's how they do it. Alrighty, so I'm going to make a hit sound for like if when you mine a rock it plays a sound. So I'm going to go to choose a sound, go to effects and do crunch. I'm going to go ahead and delete the end of that, reverse it, okay, and now I'm going to select a piece of it. So right here sounds pretty good. I'll delete the end of it and the beginning, maybe make it fade in a little bit, and rename this to hit 1, say. So there we go, I have this little hit sound effect. Okay, so now I want to show you how to play those sound with code. So similar to the costumes, there's a whole entire tab of code blocks dedicated to the sounds. The first one is play sound blank until done. So here are all of my sounds. I'd only have one, but if you had multiple, they would pop down here. You can select which sound you want to play. Now I can click play sound that until done, and by clicking this, it will play that sound. Now there's start sound, and likewise you can select all your sounds. You know, I'm gonna make another sound, that way I can show you what it would be like. So now I have 3 sounds, and as you can see when I click it, there's a bunch here. And then there's stop all sounds, which just stops every sound. There's change pitch effect, which is more complicated, but it just makes the pitch of your sound higher through code. There's also some other effects like pan left right, and then there's a set pitch effect too. Clear sound effects, which just clears all these pitch and stuff. And there's change volume by blank, so you can make it louder or softer via code. And there's set volume too, which sets a value instead of just changing it. And last but not least, there's just this input for your volume so you can see what it is. So right now it's 100. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over the first 2 ones, which are these 2 right here, because they may seem a little confusing. So what's the difference between these 2? Because if we click on them, they both do the same thing. So the difference is play sound, the sound until done will do it and wait to execute the next code underneath it until the sound is completely done. So let me show you what I mean. So say I have a voice line like this. This is a voice line, blah, blah, blah. And I want it to play the sound and then say hello. If I do start sound recording 1 and say hello, you can see that when I start, this is a voice line, blah, blah, blah. It says the sound, but it immediately says hello. But if I were to do play sound until done and do the recording and now do it, this is a voice line, blah, blah, blah. As you can see, it waits until that sound is completely done and then it executes the code below it. So that is super useful for animations and stuff like that. Another example is here is a rain loop from Scratch's library. If we want this to forever play, we would do when green. If I clicked forever, then say we did start sound rain, you can hear that it forever is starting the very first frame of that sound, and it sounds horrible. But if we were to go ahead and stop this and do forever play sound rain until done, you can hear that it sounds normal. It's just going to play it until it's done, and then it'll restart up. So thank you all so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. This has been Owen, and I'm out.